Hola, my name is Lisette. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Planning on Purpose, where we talk and share all things planning, financial, functional, and future planning. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for checking back in. I really do appreciate all of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching. My husband and I are empty nesters, proud parents of two amazing daughters, and promoted to grandparents over a year ago to a beautiful, precious granddaughter. In this new season of our lives, we are on a journey to be completely debt-free using a zero-based budget and cash stuffing method. Our biggest goal is to give, to invest, and most importantly, to retire early enough to actually enjoy it. If you are interested in learning more, please continue watching. With that, let's get started. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here to show you today how to take your envelopes and your sinking funds, how to break them down and into denominations so that you can put them on a teller slip, and when you go to the bank, it's a really easy transaction. That is the goal of today's video. And we are going to use the guidelines that we had in my video where we talked about the March bonus check. We're going to use this as the example for today on how to actually use those dollar amounts, put them on a sheet of paper, and how to break them down. And so in the month of March, we are getting a bonus check. If this applies to you, wonderful. But this is just an idea. You can use this even if you don't get a bonus check. You can still follow this same process if this is something you want to do weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. For us here, we budget monthly. And so that's how this page would work for us on a monthly basis. But I'm going to show you, for the purpose of this video, what that looks like using this particular bonus check for the month of March. And when we did this exercise in my video that I will link below if you are not sure, it's where we talk about how to allocate the extra money and give it a job, because money that does not have a job will be spent and we will have nothing to show for it. So let's make sure that we are respecting the money that's coming in and using it to work for us, okay? So going with that same idea, we said in that video that we are going to allocate in envelopes. And I use that term very loosely. It doesn't have to be in an envelope. It could be in a folder. It could be in a wallet. Whatever fits your needs, as long as you are using the money for which it was intended for, you are good, right? So whatever system works best for you, that is what I encourage you to do. And so for me, envelopes in this format work for me. And that is what I use. But again, you can use envelopes from the Dollar Tree. Whatever it is that you need to make this happen. The goal is to take this money out of the bank and put it in an envelope and only use it when that time arises, okay? So we said that for the month of March, for this bonus check, we are going to give these categories and these dollar amounts to each. And then for sinking funds, now sinking funds, if you want more information on that, I do have a video on what sinking funds are and how you can allocate those dollar amounts and the whole process. And I will link that video below for you as well. But if you want more information, please check out that video. But for the purpose of this one, we are saying that we are going to put away a total of $550 for these categories and another $475 for these categories. The total amount of cash that we need taken out of the bank is $1,025. That is the total amount that we need in cash in the right denominations, so that if you are using an envelope type system, you have the right denominations to put in those envelopes, okay? So to make this video a little bit faster, I went ahead and I wrote down what those categories were based on what we have here and what we have here. I wrote them down. And the reason why you see a little separation here is because sinking funds to me are very different than high priority spending. High priority spending are things that you actually need in your home to kind of survive, right? You need gas, you need groceries, you need, if you don't, if you have an opportunity to give yourself a treat and buy lunch, you want to have that flexibility to have those monies with you, and eating out. And so these are things that we need. Again, need versus want is a whole different video. But for this video, we're saying we need these things. So how do we allocate these funds to the proper envelopes with the right denominations is the ultimate goal for this video. And we are saying that we need, I'm a lefty, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. So we are saying we need $50 for gas. We need $200 for groceries. We need $25 for lunch and $200 for eating out. And if you want to know how we came up with these quantities and where we place them on the calendar, I encourage you to please go check out my video on using a bonus check. There are 2 that are coming to me this year, so in March and in August. And I gave a highlight on how you should be allocating, or at least ideas on how to allocate the funds for that bonus check. And so that is the focus of this. So if you want to see the details of how we got to these highlights and how they were allocated, go check out that video. It's pretty, I love it. I love doing the monthly tracker videos. They're one of my favorites so far. And then we said for sinking funds, and that's why you see a line here, because they're different. For sinking funds, we're saying we're gonna allocate $200 for that, $150 for Christmas if you celebrate it, or whatever holiday you do celebrate, and then $200 for lawn service. That is what we said we are going to use of the $3,000 that we are getting of this bonus check. This is how we're going to use that money, some of it, because if you see here, we used it for other debt as well. So this is the bulk of the money, but whatever is left of this, we are putting towards these sinking funds and our high priority sinking funds, high priority spending. And so how does that look like on a cash planning sheet? I got this one in particular from the Aesthetic Dollar as a digital download. I love her. I love her digital downloads. They are simple, they're black and white, and they're straightforward. I don't need the colors and the flowers and all the borders. I don't need all of that. It's very, for me personally, it just distorts my vision and it really takes me off track. They are, to me, they are distractors. I just need black and white, straightforward. I just need to write this down, especially if I'm doing this weekly or if I'm doing this bi-weekly, even if you do it monthly. Like, to me, all of that stuff, to me, those are ink wasters and they are just fluff. So this is why I love the Aesthetic Dollar. So if you want to check her out, I will link her below, but she has really inexpensive digital downloads that I highly encourage you to visit. All right, so we are saying that for gas, and again, this is using the envelope method. What is the envelope method? An envelope method is either you keep them in a binder. This binder I paid, I think, $6 for on Amazon. And these envelopes, I got them 50 for I think $10. It was super inexpensive. And I did my own labels on my old school 20-year-old P-Touch label maker. If you guys have been around as long as I have, you know what a P-Touch label maker is. And that is what I used. So it's very simple, but these are the envelopes that I use that work for me. So this is money that you are going to take out of the bank and you are going to place it in some kind of place that you are going to either keep with you or you're going to keep at home in a safe place and you can easily access it for when these things have to come up. You take the cash out, you put it in your wallet, and you get these things done. At least that's how I do it. So for $50, a lot of gas places, they don't accept $50 or $100 bills. So keeping that in mind, I'm saying I want to take out 2 20s and 150 for this, for the purpose of gas. Let me zoom in a little to show you a little bit closer what I'm doing here. And for groceries, we need $200. So for groceries, I'm saying that I need, let's say I'm going to use 150 and 5 20s, okay? Because I may need a couple of things picked up. I may not need the full 200 for, oh, I need another 100 here. I may not need a big full-blown grocery because I do my groceries once a month. This is just for odds and ends for the month. Now, let me go back a little bit. When we do this for ourselves, when my husband and I sit down to do this, we do this for a month-long basis. So our quantities are going to equal for the month. And there are items on our lists that we only pay once a month, like me getting my nails done, getting gas, right? I know how much mileage I'm going to spend on my car, and I know how much gas I need. So I know how much to take out for that. There are some things that are pretty much the same amount week after week, and I take those out for the full month. I don't make multiple trips to the bank week to week. But if week to week is what works for you and is necessary for you, then you want to break these items down based on your weekly usage. And so you may need to make weekly trips to the bank, whatever works for you. So this is based on a full month, right? This is what we're saying we need for the month. And so for lunch, I need $25. If you look at the budget, and I'm gonna stand corrected. I'm gonna correct myself again because we said we need $25 for the week for lunch. That is what we had budgeted. So we need a 20 and a 5. Eating out, we said that we need $200 for eating out. So what does that look like in terms of dollar bills? We can say we can use 100, we can have a 50, and then 5 20s, right? You want to break up the denominations just in case, you know, you have, maybe you need to spend $75 for that week that you're going to eat out. And then the following week, you need $50. So you have the denominations in place for you to be able to pay for those things. Home needs and clothing, we did not give an amount to those based on the budget, so those will stay blank. For summer vacation, we said that we need $200 for summer vacation. So in denominations, because these are going in envelopes, right? We said we're going to put them in these type of envelopes. You don't want it to be super thick. So keeping the bills large will minimize the amount of thickness that you'll have in your binders. So for here, we're going to say we need 2 $100 bills. For the 150, we're going to do $100 bill and 150. For lawn service, we need 2 $100 bills. Now, these are sinking funds, right? So these will not get touched week to week. These are for savings. So this is something you're going to keep and you're going to accumulate over time so that when it's time to pay for this, for these 3 categories, you're going to have the cash and funding readily available to be able to pay. And again, go check out my sinking funds video because that's where I break it all down on how to make this happen. All right, so we said this is the denominations that we need to get from the bank so that we have this cash available. Now let's go down here and we're going to do some really basic math here to see what are the denominations of each that we need. So for $100 bills, right, we are saying we need 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 $100 bills. How many 50s do we need? We need 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 50s. How many 20s do we need? We need 2, 5, 7. That's 8, 13, right? So yeah, so we need 13 $20 bills. We need 1 $10 bill and we need 1 $5 bill. Let me just go back and make sure that my math is correct. 20, 40, 50, 1, 200, 20 and 5, 1, 150, 100, 200, 200, 150, 200. Okay. So this total, if you remember, I said should equal 550 plus 475 is 1,025. So that is the total that we should have here for this total here. So we are saying we need 50 plus 200 plus 25 plus 200 plus 200 plus 150 plus 200, 1,025. And that is your total. But we want to make sure that this total here also equals 1,025. So 7 $100 bills is $700. For 350s, that's 150. 13 times 20 is 260. This is 10. Oh, you only need one of these. See that? Do you guys see how I messed that up? You only need one $5 bill. So this is your total. So you need 5. And so this total should equal 1,025. Let's make sure. 700 plus 150 plus 260. Whoa. 700 plus 150 plus 260 plus 10 plus 5. 700 plus 150 plus 260. I'm already over. Do you guys see this? Where did I go wrong? I thought this was going to be a short video. So three times 50 is 150. We need 5. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Because I added the extra 50 in here, which we don't need. Because this is 100 plus this is 100. Yeah. Okay. I got it. So we need one of these, which is $50. Is that right? Yeah. 700 plus 50 plus 260 plus 10 plus 5, 1,025. You guys see this? This is why math is not my strong suit, but it's always good to double check your numbers, because you want to go to the bank with the right amount so that they can give you the right denominations and you can place them in your envelopes. So I'm happy I did this in real time with all of you. Sorry, this is why I normally use pencil, and today I have a pen, which I totally regret because it's smeared and I made mistakes. There we are. Okay. In the Aesthetic Dollar, if you buy the bundle, you also get these handy dandy teller slips. I had a bunch that I would cut and I would stick them in a folder so that when I'm ready to go use it at the bank, I had them with me. And this is what I hand to the teller. I literally did this just today, but I will hand this to the teller because this is the quantity, the bill, the quantity, and the total amount that it should equal. So let's transfer. And again, you can get this as an individual digital download, or you can get it as part of a bundle where she has a ton of other sheets for sinking funds and cash tracking or spend tracking, I think is what she called it. It's a really nice bundle and super cheap. Okay, so let's transfer all of this information for a teller slip so we can be good and ready to go and get this money out of the bank. All right, so we said $100 bills, we need 7 of those. We need 150. We need 13 20s. We need 110 and 15. So the total amount should equal 1,025. 7 times 100, $700. 1 times 50, $50. 13 times 20 is $260. $10 and $5. So let's do this again. You always want to triple, quadruple your amounts. because if nothing gives me anxiety, it's getting to that teller and them telling you, oh, you have the wrong amount, or you need an extra of this, or you don't have this right. It is my biggest nightmare. I cannot, it has happened to me, and I have been completely embarrassed. And I try to do all this double checking to make sure I don't have to experience that. So here is your teller slip. So if I were you, let me just go grab some scissors and show you kind of what this would look like in real life. Give me 1 second while I grab that. I hope you guys can still hear me, but you can tell I'm in a different setup today. I am filming in my kitchen because the lighting here is better. And so now I have an actual paper cutter. I don't do these by hand, but you can, you know, it's good therapy. It's very relaxing, to be honest. And I am a lefty, so here's a true fact about me. I am a lefty, but you notice I'm cutting with my right. And that is because I went to a Catholic grammar school and they didn't have scissors for lefties. And I had to learn to cut with my right. Another fun fact is I also iron with my right, because the way the cord was set up back then, it was only on one side. And if I ironed with my left, I always ironed over the cord. So I also ironed with my right. But here we are. This is what it would look like. So I would take this little trusted little teller slip, put it in my wallet, go to the bank, and this is what I want in these denominations to equal this total. This makes life so much easier. I love using the Aesthetic Dollar printables. I love her channel, period. She has so much good information on there. And I love her items too. She sells a lot of budgeting accessories like wallets and money envelopes and binders, tassels. Like, she just has a beautiful, beautiful aesthetic lineup, and I love it. But I just can't see myself buying that right now, simply because I want to save that money and put it towards something else, like my debt. So anyhow, this is all that I have for you today. I hope that this has helped you to show you how to break down your cash planning into denominations and how to actually put it on a teller slip so that when you get to the teller, you can show them, and it makes life so much easier for you. And again, you guys, there's some of these on Etsy. You can probably look these up on Google. There's probably free templates on Google that you can download and print as well. It's all up to you. I love to support other women entrepreneurs. And so wherever I can, I try to support them, especially when it comes to digital downloads. That is my thing. All right, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending time with me. And this is all that I have for you for today. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Adios.